Hi, this is Chris, and today I'm making a card using distress inks for watercoloring. I'm going to start with a piece of watercolor paper that I'm going to cut to 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to be using the flat side, the one that doesn't have any texture. The stamp set is from La Pareja Creativa and it's called Una jarra llena de, and I'm going to stamp the jar using VersaFine ink. It is a pigment ink and it takes a little bit to dry, so I'm gonna cover it with clear embossing powder from Hero Arts, just so I can keep working in the card because I will be embossing a little bit more. So I'll melt the embossing powder with my heat gun. I will be using 2 other stamps from the same set, a small group of stars and the smallest star. And I'm gonna be stamping them with Versamark ink, and I want to stamp them like if they will be falling from the jar. So I'll just do it randomly, but it gets a bit difficult because you can't really see where you've stamped. So I decided to cover it with the embossing powder just to see where I was going. The powder I'm using is from Wow. It's the metallic silver one, and now that I can see a bit better where the stars are going, I'm gonna just keep stamping until I'm happy with the design. And then I cover them all with the embossing powder, and I melt it with the heat gun. For the watercoloring, I use a piece of plastic, some distressing colors. I don't think I will be using all of them. A couple of brushes and clean water. And I will start with the squeezed lemonade and evergreen bough. And I'm gonna add a lot of water because I don't want the color to be too strong. I can always add more color. And the first step is to water the paper where I want the design to be colored, just so the ink moves a bit freely around there. So once everything is covered, I will start adding the yellow, and because of the water that is in there, it kind of moves a bit, and then when you add the evergreen bough, it mixes and it creates like new colors. And then now I'm adding some broken china, the same, and just add a lot of water, and it's not really, you can't really see it because it's very diluted, but it helps mix the colors a little bit. And then to finish it, I'm gonna add some Dusty Concord. It is quite a dark color, but I like how it looks with the silver stars, so I just have to be careful to not add a lot so it will cover all of the other colors. If it gets too dark, I just add a bit of the blue ink and it pushes the dark colors away. And then you can just let it dry by itself or use the heat gun. And I use the heat gun because I want to finish the card. So to color, I wanted to color the jar so it's not white like the background. So I just did the same as before. I wet the paper where I wanted it to be colored, and I just added a bit of the broken china, just some touches here and there, just to, give it a bit of glass looking color. And here is, you can see a bit of the shine of the stars now that it's dry, and I'm gonna distress the edges a little bit with the blue ink, just so it's not so white. And so now I'm gonna add the sentiment. For the sentiment, I'm using one from the set Sentimientos Uno, from La Pareja Creativa, and it says something like, I hope all your dreams come true. I thought it was very good for this image. And For the card base, I decided to go for a black card base, and it just has a slight border around the watercolor panel. And now I just have to add some glue and add it to the front of the card. And here is the finished card. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to stop by the blog, and thank you for watching.